SDT is a leading electronics developer centered in Brussels, Belgium. We have offices in Europe, Canada, United States, and India. From those strategic locations, we service 4 continents and 40-plus countries. SDT provides ultrasound solutions that give our customers a greater understanding about the health of their assets. We help them predict failures, control energy costs, and improve product quality while contributing to the overall uptime of their plant. Hi, my name is Alan Rienstra. I'm the Director of Business Development for SDT International. Today, I'm going to talk about a new concept for companies looking to implement a world-class ultrasound program. It's called Managed Ultrasound. Reliability departments view ultrasound as a key technology to identify failure modes that erode productivity, profitability, and uptime. Companies interested in maximizing asset availability and longevity should consider following a framework for reliability such as the uptime elements. Creating a world-class in-house ultrasound program promises fast return on your investment. It's an ambitious venture that, when planned properly, becomes the crown jewel of your asset condition management strategy. Successful implementation requires a huge commitment in both manpower and budget. The benefits are well documented, so are the barriers that threaten to derail your efforts. The triple threat to success is lack of planning, inexperience, and resistance to culture change. 70% of companies polled felt that an in-house asset management strategy was preferred over outsourcing, yet only 30% of those strategic implementations met expectations. ReliabilityWeb.com, a leading voice in the reliability community, cited lack of leadership to drive culture change as the #1 reason for failure. To conquer the barriers that threaten your success, SDT created a managed approach for implementation. SDT believes that the burden of success should rest on the shoulders of both client and solution provider. Managed ultrasound is a partnership forged to share this responsibility. Some solutions providers believe it's okay to just make the sale and provide a little hand-holding upon delivery. And the customer's been accepting this for as long as there's been salesmen. The salesperson is driven by commissions and quotas. They're programmed to get the order as quickly and cost-effectively as possible. Then, the search begins for the next opportunity. The customer accepts that they will have to go it alone, living with some unfulfilled expectations. After all, that has defined the traditional supplier-customer relationship for more than 100 years. By SDT's definition, that is not how a true solutions provider should operate. Managed ultrasound is the bridge that helps you plan, implement, and maintain your ultrasound program for life. Together, we create a strategy for success mapped to your outcomes. Our roadmap to a world-class ultrasound program is a journey with 3 milestones. Your guide is an SDT-assigned customer success representative. The CSR assumes an ownership role in the deployment and ongoing maintenance of your ultrasound project. The first 6 months is the most intensive leg of our journey. You must pass through 3 Tollgates to arrive at Milestone 1. Over this time, you should expect a high level of interaction with SDT. We provide the leadership and mentoring essential for liftoff. Completing a successful Readiness Assessment passes us through Tollgate 1. The ultrasound team is selected, leadership roles are assigned, and expectations that define success are created. Together, we navigate this important first step. At Tollgate 2, we create alignment for the ultrasound team. The alignment meeting is designed to get everyone on the same page. All stakeholders participate to debate and solve 5 questions. What are we setting out to accomplish? What are we attempting to change? Who do we need on our side? What are our primary pain points? And how will we measure and celebrate our success? This exercise builds alignment across all team members. We require input from your upper management, from the middle management, frontline staff, accounting, production, operations, and maintenance to create a common vision. Training defines Tollgate 3. First, your CSR guides the team through Level 1 ultrasound certification. We teach the theoretical concepts of ultrasound as it applies to asset condition monitoring and reliability. Implementation training follows. You learn how to use the tools, you receive instruction on the hardware and software, you create databases and surveys. Practical exercises instruct on collecting and analyzing data. Your CSR helps define and map out strategic surveys that consider logic and ease of travel through the plant. To summarize, achieving Milestone 1 is a 6-month journey. During that time, your SDT-assigned CSR will be front and center. There's a lot of ground to cover, including a Readiness Assessment and Planning, an alignment meeting, Level 1 certification, and hardware and software implementation. A 3-day visit each quarter from your CSR gauges your program's level of engagement, and a scorecard maps your progress to peer companies. The longest leg of the journey, Milestone 2, is a culmination of learning, gathered experiences, and remarkable culture change from reactive to proactive maintenance tasks. Your CSR provides Level 2 certification and continues the scorecard system to map progress. Total journey time is estimated at 18 months. Evidence of measurable wins are documented and presented to team members responsible to financially support the ultrasound initiative. Without their support, the program dies. We teach you how to communicate success to those that matter. Reaching Milestone 2 is an 18-month journey. A change in culture from reactive to proactive doesn't happen in a day. Each member of our ultrasound team receives Level 2 certification. Your CSR continues with 3-day quarterly site visits. Telephone, email, and webinar support is available always. New employees are trained, and your SDT hardware and software is kept up to date. During Milestone 2, we emphasize measuring wins and reporting return on investment. This crucial stage of the journey requires management approval and support. Without their financial support, the program can't continue. Milestone 3 is a 12-month journey. Programs that arrive at Milestone 3 are considered world-class. SDT's scorecard charts progress throughout the journey. Stakeholders take opportunities here to share their wins publicly. Together with your CSR, you create case histories that celebrate wins. Share your wisdom at national and international conferences where your program receives recognition and competes for industry awards. Throughout your journey, SDT is always present. A 3-day site visit each quarter serves several purposes. We provide mentorship while demystifying the technology for new team members. Your CSR walks your surveys with you and adjusts them as required. The scorecard is reviewed and updated, and we ensure the proper working condition of your ultrasound assets. The customer success representative has an ownership stake in your success from start to finish. Failure is not an option. Okay, so this sounds like a good idea. An ultrasound solutions provider who wants to dedicate themselves to my success. Refreshing. But what's the cost? What's the advantage? And what's the risk? Well, let's compare. Capex is a traditional B2B relationship. There's normally a big upfront investment and ongoing expenses to maintain assets and train employees. The skill set for deployment doesn't exist in-house. Without experience and leadership, things don't prove out as advertised. Future funding to sustain the program is cut, and the hardware and software is left to decay on the shelf. Managed ultrasound follows a B4B OPEX model. There's no capital investment up front, just a monthly cost that's easily justified by fast and reported return on investment. The project can be 100% funded by operations. Mentorship and leadership from SDT removes the worry and stress of failure. You're given the freedom to focus on your true outcomes. A project implemented in this fashion will endure thanks to the fast results and a low-impact monthly budget. Future funding from management is virtually guaranteed. Companies that follow a traditional Capex model when implementing ultrasound to the reliability strategy face high risks, big upfront investment, and longer wait times for ROI. It goes something like this. Once budget is approved, equipment and software is purchased. Maybe some basic training is included, but without follow-up from the vendor, only a portion of the message is retained, and even less is deployed. The initiative lacks focus, consistency, and leadership. Actual wins are minimal, and worse yet, they go undocumented and unreported. Funding for the project dries up, and the project risks being shelved as just another failed flavor of the month. The risks are 100% borne by you, the customer. With no guarantee for success, you might invest as much as $50,000 to $100,000 before you even find your first leak, failed steam trap, or worn bearing. You're going to need some big wins soon to continue justifying the time, manpower, and financial resources to keep this going. With SDT's managed ultrasound approach, no Capex is required. SDT shares the front-end burden of startup by providing all the hardware, sensors, software, training, and mentorship you need. Program costs are spread out over low, all-inclusive monthly fees pulled from your operations budget. A dedicated customer success representative is assigned one simple task: getting you results immediately. There's some additional benefits you should also be aware of. Asset upkeep. It's a fact. Your ultrasound hardware will wear out. Your inspectors will break it, and from time to time it will need calibration, maintenance, and upkeep to stay working like new. This is called wear and tear, and it's perfectly normal. But it also carries a cost that's sometimes unpredictable. Under the traditional Capex model, this cost is borne by you. Under managed ultrasound, it's all included in a 100% service uptime guarantee. You use it, you break it, and we fix it. No questions asked. Your firmware and software will need to be kept up. SDT continually improves the user's experience, adding new features while improving existing ones. Managed ultrasound means your assets are always loaded with the most recent firmware and software updates. During your CSR's quarterly site visits, the program assets are inspected and updated on site. Worry-free service with no hidden or extra fees. This is predictable peace of mind. What about obsolescence? Is there anything worse than buying what you believed was the latest and greatest gadget, only to find out your vendor just released the next best thing? Following the traditional Capex model, if you want access to those cool new features, you'll need to dig into your Capex budget and buy the new equipment. With managed ultrasound, obsolescence and buyer remorse is eliminated. When a new generation instrument or software is released, you have the option to swap out your old ultrasound assets for the new ones. Training on those new features and benefits takes place at your CSR's next quarterly visit. Managed ultrasound represents a new way of thinking, to be sure. Even if you're already getting results from your ultrasound initiative, you know you can be doing better. As ultrasound testing takes its place as a key element of your asset condition management strategy, you know you need to do more, to hear more. Leaks, steam traps, other low-hanging fruit, they've paved the way thus far, but there's a complexity layer to ultrasound that, if implemented properly, can deliver so much more, and you know it. What I'm proposing is different. It's not another Me Too. There are Me Too salesmen calling and emailing you every day. They're promising you user-friendly tools with results right out of the box. Training? No, you don't need it with our stuff, they say. These guys want to make a sale, not a relationship. But these Me Too guys discount the real value of leadership. Without leadership, there can be no culture change. Without leadership, there can be no reliability. What does the word reliability equate to? Trust? Dependability? Faith? Managed ultrasound offers something different, a new approach, a partnership which is only available when you pair yourself with a technology leader. I want to bring synergy to your team. Your team's already strong. My program's going to make them stronger. I'm going to give your team the ability to outperform even the best of its parts. You have lots of strengths and weaknesses in your vast organization. What you need to reach the next level is to develop synergistic relationships in the world of reliability. That is what SDT offers with managed ultrasound. It's new, it's different, and it's certainly not Me Too.